In this video, we will learn about how to create a 3D model of the bushing shown in the drawing as per the dimensions. All the dimensions given in the drawing are in millimeters. Let's see how to create the bushing by using Onshape. Click on Create, select the document, rename the document as bushing, click on Create. So in this one, let's try to create it based on the front view. So here we are having two circles, which is of diameter 50 mm and 75 mm in diameter, and it is extruded for some length. So that length can be taken from the side view, which is 50 mm. So let's select the frontal plane and click on sketch, right click, view normal to sketch plane. So here let's draw two circles of diameter 50 mm and diameter 75 mm. Let's confirm it. So now we have created two circles of diameter 50 mm and 75 mm. Let's try to extrude it for a length of 50 mm. So let's try to extrude it. So click on extrude icon, face and sketch regions to extrude. Select the space between the two circles. Here, change the depth as 50 mm, which is the depth of this one. Here you can see there is a circle on the center. So let's try to extrude this by using symmetry. So here let's double click on the extrude, which is on the feature tree. And here choose the option symmetric so that it will be extruded on both sides of the planes. You can see over here, whenever I uncheck the symmetric, it will be extruded on one side of the plane. So let's choose the option symmetric, which will be useful on the further steps. Confirm. Now let's try to make this particular groove. The groove depth can be taken from the side view. Okay, so which is of depth 10 mm, and the groove is like slicing with the rectangle. The height of the rectangle is 25 mm. So let's try to make that groove. So for making the groove, let's select the face and then click on sketch, view normal to sketch plane. Let's try to draw a rectangle, which is a center point rectangle. Okay, because the height is given as 25 millimeters. The length can be anything. Only a requirement is it should cut the entire solid. So this can be provided of any length. The only condition is these two vertical lines should be beyond the object, beyond the boundary of the object. So let's confirm it. And let's try to extrude. And here let's check the option remove and select the portions which is intersecting the curves. So here you can see the groove is created, but the depth of the groove is given as 10 mm here. So let's try to make the depth as 10 mm and confirm it. So now you can see the groove is created. Okay. Now let's try to make this hole and then the side cuts. Okay, so this cut, and on the opposite side, you can see over here, the cut is of thickness 5 mm and this length is 15. Let's try to make this cut on both sides. So that is represented by this invisible lines and this hole. So this hole is only on the top portion. It is not on the bottom portion. That can be clearly identified from the front view. You can see here in this one, only the dotted lines for the hole or dashed lines for the hole is represented only on the top portion, top half of this. In the bottom half, there is no invisible lines. So which clearly represents that only the invisible, that is the hole, is on the top portion only. So let's try to make the hole. Okay. So to make the hole, we need a circular profile that can be extruded and which can be removed from the material. So in order to do that, we need a plane. So that plane can be either you can select it, but in order to cut these two objects, that can also be done by using the top plane. Okay, so let's select the top plane and make a sketch, view normal to the selection, and then here let me draw a circle which is on the center. The circle diameter is 10 millimeters. So change the diameter as 10 millimeter. And then here let me draw a portion and here let me draw a portion. So for that, let me project this surface and this surface. So here, let's try to draw this rectangle of thickness 5 and this length is 15. So let's try to make that. Rectangle, I'm choosing corner rectangle. You can select it or you can select the line command. So from here, let's draw a rectangle over this face and check out the dimension. So this is 5, this is 15, and these two halves should be same. So it is symmetrical with respect to the center. Okay, so here it is not provided, so we are assuming it as this particular cut is on the center. So let's try to make these two lines symmetrical with respect to the center. The same type of object has to be created on the other side to make this one. Okay, so one mistake I have done. Actually, this one should be inside. So let's try to make as -5 so that the depth can be inside, which is on the other side. Okay. Now let's try to make this one on the other side of the object too. So for that, let me use the mirror command. So the mirror line is this. Entities to be mirrored is this three lines. Okay. Let's confirm it. So we have made the sketch. Now let's try to make the extrude. So while we are making the extrude, face or sketch regions to extrude is this particular circle. So here, and in this one, I want to make it like a hole. So select the tab remove and here it is choosing the opposite direction. So let's flip it, the direction I'm flipping it, and let's try to make as through all. So here you can cut through the entire portion. So let me make it as through all. Let's confirm it. So the hole is created now. Let's try to make the cuts over here and here. So for that, let's try to make the sketch 3 active. So here, let's activate the sketch 3 and let's try to make the extrude. Here also I am choosing a remove. So this portion, so here it is okay, now it's allowing. So here also it is making a cut. But in this, it is trying to remove the material only in one direction. So let's try to make it as symmetrical so that it is removing in both direction. In both direction, it has to make the entire cut. So let's try to make it as through all. So that wherever it is crossing, so it will make a cut. Let's confirm it. Let's check whether all the features are created. So now we have drawn this too. The hollow cylinder is created. Hollow cylinder is created. This cut is created. Yes. And then this vertical cuts are created and a hole is created. So all the features are created. Right? That's all for this video. Thanks for watching.